we have to focus on the triple bottom line issues of the home-based workers. That is the people, planet, and profit. All these issues are required to be taken care by us, and we do hope that HNS will make a big difference in times to come. Under the guidance of Renana Ben, and recently I like to take this opportunity also to congratulate her, because recently she has been awarded some prestigious position by the UN. She is now representing India as one of the panelists for the home-based worker at UN. So we would like to give another round of applause to her also. So what you could see, as I don't have much of the knowledge, but I will go through the books which is given to me on the home-based workers. But let me tell you very honestly and frankly that we have to work out a solution for the home-based workers in terms of the equality, in terms of giving them rights and duties in comparison to the other organized sector workers. Organized sector workers are enjoying a status of a legal entity, and they have all the rights to fight for their case. But somehow the unorganized workers are not getting those benefits. So we have to work for that. I just now had a word with Ms. Renana Ben, and I requested her that you could take up this issue to go ahead and fight the case with the Indian government to get something as a national policy, which is badly needed as on date. As you know that the UN Convention number 177, which has been discussed recently, has been adopted 20 years back. But somehow there's no Asian countries has ratified that convention. This is very unfortunate. Only 10 countries have adopted and ratified that convention. So there's a need for India also to adopt. As I've seen the statistics, the Pakistan, Ghana, India, they are the major, they're a major provider of the home-based worker in the world workforce. So we have to fight for the case. And this 15% of the non-agriculture sector workers are the home-based workers, mainly what are the statistics I have seen just now after reading this book. So there's a big chunk of the people who have not been taken seriously by the government, by the society. So we have to fight for that. This is what I could say as on date. Now let me tell you how the SAC Development Fund is working as on date. SAC Development Fund has funded one Sabha project, which has been implemented successfully in 7 countries, and the workers have been given a special rights. They have got economic growth. They have given the economic empowerment by this project, and this project has trained thousands of workers. And thousands of workers, they are getting the employment also from the Trade Facilitation Center, which has been created under the Sabha project. So Sabha project has made a very big difference for the life of the home-based workers. Now they are enjoying dignity, the life with dignity, and some of the workers have become what you call the entrepreneurs also, which is a matter of great appreciation. And now I feel that some of the Sabhas who are right now doing very well, they are on the verge of reaching to the break-even point, and they could be sustainable. Some of the Sabhas are not doing up to the mark, but I hope that in the due course of the time, they will be also sustainable, and they will make a better sustainability plan and strategies based on their action plan also. So SAC Development Fund as on date is fully committed for the home-based workers, especially they are very active under the social window of the SDF. SDF has got 3 windows, as you know that: social, economic, infrastructure. Social sector, we have already committed around $82 million as on date for the 13 projects. Out of 13 projects, the 10 are active, 3 are in the pipeline, and we have already disbursed around $40 million for these projects. Apart from that, we are going to launch very shortly the Social Enterprise Development Program also, which will make a difference for the home-based workers. Further to this, this is a scheme which we are going to launch very shortly, MSME sector, the micro, small, medium enterprises, which will also make a difference for the home-based workers indirectly. In addition to this, recently we have signed the agreement with the UNDP also to achieve the strategic goals of the sustainable development goals. So those goals are going to be very well taken care by the SAC Development Fund in collaboration with the UNDP, and we are working for that. So we do hope that these are the things which SDF will make a difference in times to come. Apart from this, SDF is in the process of starting the social audit also, which will certainly signify some of the focus area whereby we could see that social and development impact has taken place out of our social intervention in the society and which can be published, which can be circulated also. A couple of months back, that the Sabha project can be taken as a case study at the top business school of the country, and then as a case study it can be taught also at the master's level, and that case study can be published and can be circulated to the stakeholders, and it could make a difference. It could make a difference because this can create an example that how the regional integration, regional cooperation can be achieved up to some extent through this project. As a matter of fact, this particular project is the flagship project of SDF. I hope that today's program will be very successful. You will have a meaningful deliberations and success can be achieved, and you could chalk out some of the course of action which can be taken in due course of the time, especially for formulation of a national policy, at least at the each country level. That will make a difference. With these words, I would like to thank you for joining this program, and it's my pleasure to be here, and thank you for listening.